Adit Kundra here from Adit's Guitar Lessons. Now this song that we'll be learning today, it's from the movie Baar Baar, Dekho, and it's called Nachde Ne Saare. It's a very new song, in fact. I think it was uploaded almost a day back, less than a day back in fact. Anyways, a very cool track, has some very interesting bits played on the tumbi. You'll really enjoy this lesson. Let's check it out now. Okay, so for this song I would prefer to play it with my fingers, because if you look at the intro, it's like this. And you know, that's an effect which sounds a lot better when you're just plucking with your fingers and then you suddenly mute it. But drop my pick. Anyways, yeah, so there's the tumbi which plays. So I thought, why not just mix these two, and since it's difficult to play, yeah, it's really difficult to play that with just fingers, so I thought I'll just use a pick instead. So it'll sound like this if I use a pick and I play the tumbi part on the guitar as well. So what I'm doing is I'm holding a D suspended 2 here. The chord shape should be there on the screen. And then I'm playing the open D note, and then the other 2 strings. So you know, this effect sounds a lot better if you're doing an upstroke. So try doing upstrokes on the 2nd and the 3rd string, and then you know, immediately just lift your fingers a little bit so that you get that nice muted tone. Now you can also choose to mute with your right hand by using palm muting technique, but the reason why I would not recommend it here is because if you mute with your palm, then all the 3 strings will get muted, and then you will not get a sound, which is okay. But when you come to this part, right, it'll sound real weird if you don't have a bass note accompanying it. So if you play so this sounds a lot better if I have a background bass note. So this sounds a lot better than, right? It sounds dry, but if you have this note in the background, sorry, sounds a lot better. Versus that sounds boring, which is why I'm not using a palm muting here, so that I don't mute the D note. So I'll be using my left hand to just mute once again the strings that I'm pressing, and I'll let this D note stay ringing. So once again it'll be, yeah, so it sounds much better. And this riff, so I'm using my 1st finger and my 3rd finger. 1st finger is on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and the 3rd finger is on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. So once, then 3 times, then once here back on the 5th fret, and you move your ring finger to the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and you play this note twice. So once again. And even this note, this riff is, like I said, it's been played on the tumbi, and it doesn't really sound that great if you just let your strings ring here. It sounds alright. I mean, it's not that bad, but it sounds even better if you just do a light palm mute on your with your thumb. So basically what I'm doing, or you can just mute with your palm as well. Just mute it really lightly so that you get that tone. Versus I don't know, I don't like this as much. So I prefer to just mute a little bit. But if you heard that, I was muting these two strings with my palm, and I avoided muting the open D note. Now this is a little difficult, but believe me, you will get it if you practice it right. Or even if you are unable to do the selective muting that I'm doing, it's okay if you either play this riff with open strings, if you let them ring, or if you just mute the entire six strings while playing this riff. So it's up to you. I mean, feel free to do whatever you want. But eventually, I would want you to be comfortable with selective muting using your right palm, and that's something which will come with practice. So anyways, let me just play this riff real slow for you. Yeah. And then, so they keep playing this riff throughout the entire verse. And then there is the pre-chorus, which is on the G major and D major. Okay. And then there is a chorus which has three chords, which are a D, an A, and a G. Okay, so simple chords. But there's one concept that I would like to talk about here, which is this whole thing of dynamics. And I will be doing a lesson on dynamics very soon, but I think that concept is it's pretty relevant in this particular song, given the fact that if you're the only guy who's playing the instrument, if you're the only person on the guitar, and there is no other instrument, you need to differentiate. You need to be able to create some kind of a differentiation between the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. If you've heard a lot of songs, you'll realize that the chorus is when the musicians add in a lot of instrumentation. So all the entire band starts playing with full energy during the chorus. Usually that's what happens. If I were to, it's like, the party starts in the chorus. So everybody gets really energetic and loud. Basically dynamics is that particular concept. So dynamics essentially means the loudness or the softness of a particular note or music that is being played. And so like I said, if you're like the only person who's playing the guitar, then it'll be it'll be really important for you to create some kind of differentiation between the verse, the pre-chorus, as well as the chorus. And how you can do that is by changing the intensity with which you're actually playing the strings, changing the intensity with which you're strumming. So you're making the chorus really loud. You're making the verse real, keeping it nice and soft. Then in case there is a pre-chorus, then you gradually build it up a little bit during the pre-chorus. And when the chorus hits, that's when you play with a lot of energy. And that's something which I want you guys to do in this song as well, because the verse is going to be like dang, 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 dang. It's very nice and soft. And then the pre-chorus is when, like I said, it's going to be a G and a D major. So and the strumming is going to be a down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. But you need to play this really fast. So it'll be like this. Right, so this is the pre-chorus, and then he plays the D again. So I prefer to play a D like a D5 here, because that's a little louder. Because like I said, I'm trying to build this up towards the chorus, wherein the dynamics are going to be such that I'll be playing with a lot of energy, and I'll try to make it really loud. So I play with D. I play a D5. So you play 2 strokes down on the D5, and then just before the chorus, I do a slide. Again, this is another way of just differentiating between the pre-chorus and the chorus. So the listener will know through this only that something is coming up. But this is something which can be used again just to create that line between a pre-chorus and a chorus. So I'm not doing a slide up, I'm not doing a slide down, I'm doing a slide up and down. Right? So And for the chorus, the chords are going to be a D, A and a G, like I said earlier. And the strumming which I play here is a little different strumming, because like I said, I'm just trying to differentiate between the pre-chorus and the chorus. And so I'm changing the strumming here as well. So what I do is a down, down, up. So I'll call this X, so it's a down, down, up, X, X. So what X means is that, I'm lifting the left hand finger so that, I get a muted sound, and I'm also getting those scratches with my right hand. So down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, X, X, down, down, up, X, X, down, up, X, X. That's the strumming, and you need to play it really fast, and you need to play it with a lot of energy. So again, dynamics. Yeah, so once again, I'll just play the pre-chorus and the chorus for you, so that you can actually make out the like I said, put things in perspective, the whole dynamic bit. So the intro was and then I'll move to the pre-chorus, which is the G and the D. What I did, I played the pre-chorus gently, but I was still strumming so that it's different from the intro, which was ding, 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 ding. But then during the chorus is when I played a different strumming. I played it louder. I also added that. These are things which just builds in a kind of a crescendo in your playing. So that's a tip that you can actually use in your playing as well. And then there is verse 2 and verse 3. You can actually play just a D suspended 2 for both these verses. So just hold it and just lightly strum. And then you move on to the pre-chorus, which, like I told you, is a G and a D. And then finally the chorus again, which is a D, A, and a G. Right? So there is this tumbi bit in the middle as well, wherein there's a slight chord change. So it goes from a D and in the last bar he plays a D minor. So just let me know in case you guys want to play the entire song. In case you want to learn the tumbi bit as well, it goes like this. Right, so it's on the 15, so on the first string only, the 15, 14, 12, 10 and 9th fret, and you will need to keep playing the open string in between these notes, so it will be like this. I'm guessing you already know is a one-stringed instrument, so you keep getting that alternate, you keep playing the open note because there's just one string. And then I think he also slides to this note, and then he plays the same again. Yeah, so learn that in case you want to incorporate that in your playing as well. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that lesson. That song was Nachde Ne Saare from the movie Baar Baar, dekho. If you found the lesson useful, kindly give the video a thumbs up, and thank you so much to the guys who have already subscribed to the channel, in case you haven't done that already, but are interested in my forthcoming lessons. You better hit that subscribe button, because I have some really cool lessons planned for you in the coming few days. Right? This is Adit Kundra signing off. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.